Doing Time with Deputy Mike.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Time with Deputy Mike. I'm your host, Mike, and today I have Karissa and Miss Linert with me, and I guess we're going to be discussing animal...
Yeah.
Animals, veterinary
animals,
science.
animal veterinary science.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get on with roll call. Can't even think. One of those days.
Grab your feet and take a seat. It's roll call time.
So, if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Evan.
I'm Karissa.
I'm Mrs. Linert.
You're not Mike. All right, let's go on to interrogation.
Interrogation time.
So, Karissa, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Okay, I don't know really where to start, but I'm a junior in veterinary science. I really love animals. It's always kind of been a really big passion for me. I don't know what else to say really, but...
Well, she likes automobiles.
Yeah.
She's computer savvy. No, you used to do cross-country.
Yes, I did.
How come you got out of that?
Just things like didn't fit with my parents' schedule, so I had no choice but to really get out of that. But it was actually like really, really fun and enjoyable while I did it.
Well, you draw and paint, right?
Yeah.
So let's hear about that.
I've been drawing since like 3rd or 4th grade, and over time, it's just really gotten, I could say better from my perspective. It's gotten better. And I mean, I was really into it in like 6th to 8th grade, but it just kind of fell off a little bit for me. But I still do it like every once in a while.
And in class. She's my go-to for diagrams and animals on
Yeah.
the board.
So, what are your plans like after graduation?
I really would like to like continue my career in the veterinary field. Like I would honestly like to be like a groomer and maybe have like my own little place eventually, you know, that I can have some people that work for me, but mainly do the grooming by myself.
Do you know what I think is actually more? It's like the ones that are in these like mobile vans and stuff.
Yes.
It's like you come to the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of...
There is a former student, I don't know what year she graduated, but she started doing the mobile, and now she has like multiple.
Do you know which one? Because we were looking into that. You know?
It's the pink. She's all pinked out.
Just look for the pink one. The pink
one.
one.
I'll have to give more information, but yes, that is a
Okay.
big thing now.
So, Mrs. Leonard, Bethany,
Yes.
if you go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so this is my first year teaching the veterinary science program, but I was actually in the program 10 years ago. I am a TCTC graduate, so that's exciting to come back and be able to teach the program that I loved so much. I have been a veterinary technician assistant for the past 8 years at Countryside Vet Service right up the road, and I got my biology degree from Ashland University.
That's neat. So, did you ever think in a million years you'd be back here?
It was always a dream of mine. So, you know, Mrs. Billock would say, like, every year, I'm going to retire, and be on the lookout. And then she never did, so I was convinced she was going to stay forever. And then when I found out she was retiring, I figured it was worth a shot, but I did not think
And here you
that
are.
it would. Yeah.
So, any regrets?
No. Most days, no. No, I love it. Just trying to get the hang of it.
I
so.
remember I got to meet you before everyone else actually did. Do you remember?
Yes.
At Big Lots, because you
yes,
came in
that was you.
and we were talking about it, and then you said that you were going to be the teacher, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going into that program.
Yeah,
That's
and you were
great.
so excited. I hope you still feel that way.
Yeah.
But yes, I came in after work one day. So
And you ran track also?
I did. I was a big runner. Not so much anymore, but I did cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track. So I ran all
You were
all
running
year
all over
round.
the place.
Yes, I loved running.
And you played the clarinet?
Yes, in marching band and jazz band. I don't know how good I would still be. High school stuff is.
What else
Getting
you do?
further
What do you
away.
like to do for fun?
I love to read. I'm an avid reader, and a lot of like teen fiction and stuff. So, or young adult fiction. So, what a lot of the students are reading in their English classes, like I like that kind of genre. So I love to read. I love to write, and shop. Spend time with my friends and family. The
Spend
typical.
money.
Yes. So.
All right. So let's head on into the booking. You're so quiet. You can.
I'm good at that.
So, tell us all about your lab.
Okay. So, in the veterinary science program, you learn. So, junior year is primarily focused on small animal care and nutrition. So, as a lot of people know that have visited the lab, we have reptiles, rodents, rabbits, birds, all of those things. And so, we focus on the husbandry and reproduction and nutrition of all of those animals. And so you have a daily job, weekly job, learning to maintenance and care for the animals in the lab. We also do grooming once a week, and that is primarily staff pets, and they bring their dogs in once a week for us to groom, and that's where we get our work-based learning hours. And then they learn all the basics of grooming, so right out of upon graduation they can go into grooming. And then senior year focuses more on clinical procedures, veterinary medicine. We do surgical instruments, a whole surgical unit, pharmacy, a lot of things that I was able to take away and remember to go into my job as a veterinary technician assistant. So we do a lot.
So, I take it everything you've learned, you've actually put it to use.
Absolutely. 100%.
That is.
Yep.
That is.
And
good.
then learned even more. So doesn't stop here.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about the lab?
Honestly, I really, really enjoy it. It's definitely a lot better than staying at my home school. It was a good choice coming here. And there's honestly, a lot to do. It's every week, like she said, how we have new jobs and everything. It's always interesting, and it's not like we're sitting in a classroom all day, taking notes. We actually are involved and we're hands-on and, doing different things around the lab. So.
You guys make your own bandanas too?
Yep.
We do. And the bows.
That they put on the dogs.
Yes.
Do you have any questions? Have you ever been down there?
Yeah, have you
I
been there?
don't think I've really been down there before, but I've probably passed it a few times.
And they got a nasty spider too.
Yeah,
I love
It's a
spiders.
tarantula.
I'm-
It's not nasty.
I'm terrified of spiders
Oh.
and snakes, so
Okay. That's a big one when people come into the
Yeah.
lab that they don't really, not a big fan.
So I like the snakes. I like the lizards.
lizards I can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There used to be. I thought you guys had was there ever a scorpion in there?
I don't think so. We've had
I don't
bigger
know
snakes
why
and
I'm thinking
stuff,
of
but
scorpions.
you can't. They sell them at the pet store. You
Yeah.
can definitely
Yeah,
have
my
a
son
scorpion.
had one.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we ever did have a scorpion because you've been here for 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 years ago, I was here for my 8th grade tour. There's never a
Oh
scorpion.
wow.
4 years ago.
Yeah, that's whoa. Yeah, but they've had bigger snakes and different birds and stuff. But I don't know about a scorpion. You can't own one though. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got how many birds you guys got?
we have 4. Yep.
And you lost what kind of parrot was that?
He was an Indian ringneck.
Ring
Wow.
necked. Yeah, that was Merlin. He was the staple of the program. That was
Yeah.
rough for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was here when I was here, and before that too. So
They live.
Yeah.
How long do they live? They live for a long time.
typically 30 to 40.
Years.
And he was about 33 is what they estimated. So, he was.
Yeah, because he
considered to
was
be old
actually
for
a like when you go out and save like animals,
Yes,
wasn't he?
he was a rescue. Yeah,
Rescue,
he came
rescue.
from a,
That's the word I was looking for.
Yes, yeah, he came from a not so great home. He wasn't treated very good. So he really did thrive in the program, and the kids loved him and worked with him and got him, back to being like a lovable. Bird,
He was
so.
moody.
He was.
Well,
he chose his people
liked.
most
Yeah,
of
he
the-
did. He chose the people he
Yes.
liked. He liked you.
He loved Carissa.
Yeah.
He did.
Yep.
Yep.
He didn't like me. Well, once
Did
in a
you
while
try,
he'd come
though?
over. Yeah, he would come over. He never bit me.
Yeah, that's good.
He would just like shy away.
Yeah.
But
Well, they do pick and
was.
choose who they don't like and who they like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the parakeets are
So-
cool. I had a parakeet.
Yeah.
Mine
Very
talked.
nice. Oh, did it?
Yeah.
The parakeet?
Yeah. His name was Lucky.
yeah.
He also swore. He picked that up from my father, by the way. Oh yeah, when he was mad, he'd swear
Yeah.
at you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They repeat and
He became a big member of the family. I mean,
yeah.
every morning he would like sit on our shoulders before we go to school and everything, like eat out of our little bowls as we're eating our steak. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So you really bonded.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did. So I gotta quit saying so. I don't know why I always say that. I don't talk.
I say a lot, so it's okay.
Yeah, same here.
I never
Yeah.
say so when I'm just
Yeah.
talking to people. But is there any like special direction that you want to take your lab? Is there something?
So yeah, there are obviously some things I want to like put my own touch on, and kind of as I'm navigating through this first year, I'm finding like different things that I want to try to do. But yeah, I would love to. I don't know how this would look, but I have a lot of students interested in veterinary technician, so maybe getting them more college credit or something to where they can take off time for like the veterinary technician programs that they have to do post-secondary. But I don't know what that would look like quite yet. So
That'd be pretty neat.
yeah,
It would be pretty.
Yeah.
And for you, I mean, because you learned under Miss B, so
The
and,
best.
yeah, and she still came and helped out at the
yes,
beginning
yeah,
as you're settling in. I mean, those are big shoes too.
very, very, very.
Yeah.
26 years she was here, so
26
Wow.
years.
and
yeah.
it's amazing, an amazing program because of her. So
It is, and you're doing just fine.
thanks.
This is fine.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and where we at? The booking. Let's move on to the shout outs. Or wait, I'm sorry. To
You're good. You're
I'm
good.
messing everything up. This is actually embarrassing moments.
Oh no.
That's embarrassing.
Alright.
It's been one of those days,
Yeah.
It really
I got
has.
soaked this morning. It was like, go ahead, tell us yours.
Okay.
Karissa.
So I guess there's always been quite a few, but the one that I didn't write down, it was in her class, and I struggled to say the word pneumonia.
I don't.
I struggled
Embarrassing.
like 6 times.
Actually, I have
It's
problems
okay.
saying that word.
And then
Yeah.
every single person turned and looked at me and started laughing, and I got so embarrassed because I don't know why, I just couldn't say the word pneumonia.
I have problems saying cotton.
yeah.
I think everybody has.
I have a lot of words that I can't pronounce.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
okay.
like,
Do you got an embarrassing moment for us?
it was a few years ago. It was my cousin Laura's graduation party. Well, the day before we had to clean up, my aunt and I both broke our toes
Oh my.
on the same
Oh,
day.
wow.
And she broke hers on a closet door. I broke mine on the brick step outside,
Oof.
which actually hurt. So what we were doing is we're limping around my uncle's lawn, hauling tables with broken legs or toes. Jeez.
I mean, might as well,
Broken
right?
leg.
Right.
Might as well have broken leg.
And I had like family just standing there laughing at us as we went.
Broken toes hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings us to you.
I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this.
Let's
Just
hear
because
it.
it's okay, so yeah, I don't like admitting this, but people think it's really funny. So yeah, for longer than I care to admit, you know how you just you don't really think about things in depth too much? I didn't realize that cucumbers and pickles were the same thing, which are both things that I love, like snacks that I love. Yeah, someone told me. I don't even know how it came up. I must have said something embarrassing about how they were different. And
Wait, you didn't say like when you actually discovered that the two of them weren't the same one.
I think I was in college. I just thought that they were separate.
Do you know we actually have a pickle company right up the road,
Oh,
straight out in
Really?
I love
yeah,
pickles.
Oh.
Bloomfield, yeah.
And
Up that
cucumbers.
way.
And like now it's so obvious. Like you eat them and it's so obvious, but yeah, that's not one of my finer moments.
That is funny.
That is.
Yeah.
Book smart, you know?
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the shout outs.
It's shout out time.
Everyone thinks they're always limited to like one person or something. So
Wow.
Shout out.
yeah. So
Who do I get the shout out?
whoever you want.
Anyone, anything,
Yeah.
someplace.
Okay. Probably, definitely my mom for letting me do this. Thanks, Mom. My friends, Mrs. Linert, yeah, and my dog.
Yes, very important.
Yeah. And my little brother, who is sick today, but I hope it gets better. So, he got sick.
Me? Oh my gosh, I feel like I have a lot. Obviously, Deputy Mike, thanks for having us on your
Yes, thank
podcast
you.
You're
and
very
coming down to
welcome.
see the lab a lot. We love having you.
Thank you.
Basically, everyone in my hallway that helps me out on the daily. Mrs. Reimer, Mr. Sterling, Miss Kay, who helps out Mr. Sterling. Mr. Pate, my mentor, he's great. This is, your first year teaching is extremely hard, but being at TCTC just makes it better because I just love everyone here.
You know, your hallway actually is kind of, like, especially at your end, is kind of new. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yeah. Couple years, Mr. Taylor, yeah.
yeah.
And then obviously Mrs. Billock, who I couldn't do any of this without, and who still helps me when I need it. And then my husband, because he saw the job posting before I did. I'm sure I
Really?
would have eventually, yeah, but he texted me right away when I was working at the vet clinic and said, you definitely need to apply for this. And so he supported me a lot for that.
And
So,
here you
yeah.
are.
Mhm.
That's great.
It's pretty awesome.
And just a shout out to my mom and my dad, who's been working pretty hard lately for the NFL.
What are they doing for the NFL?
Yeah.
He is a freelancer, and NFL Films will hire him here and there. He just recently worked the Bills game in Buffalo.
Oh.
So I had about 5 shots throughout the whole game that I got to see him.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's worked a lot. He worked the Super Bowl last year. He worked a few Super Bowls before. He's kind of been recognized on the sideline a little bit. Cincinnati is where he's mostly known. Pittsburgh a little bit. But he's basically been to all 32 stadiums.
Wow.
So it's
That's cool.
pretty great. And like to shout out our behind the scenes crew.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
people working behind the scenes for us today.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? You did a really great job because Mr. Duran is absent today.
Yep.
And doing a good job. So I got a shout out. I got a shout out to actually my doctor, Dr. Kukovic, and his staff. He's one of my. He watches and listens and
Oh, awesome.
yeah. So and to everybody else out there that's listening faithfully, thank you. Hit those likes.
Hey, I follow you on Spotify, so
Awesome.
Have you you haven't watched them?
I have not watched them yet, but I do listen to them frequently when I'm doing my homework.
I appreciate
That's
that.
a
Yeah.
good time to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
You gotta watch it. Oh, you do watch the Halloween one. You should see like the ghost things we caught.
That was funny.
That
That
would
was
be
funny.
a good one.
Yeah, that was interesting. So that's about wraps us up. Is there you got any big events coming this yet?
Oh, let's see.
You just did the oranges. Or
Yeah, we did our fruit sale for FFA and we did Chipotle. So those are our 2 fundraisers for the year. But stay tuned in February because we will be, as Vet Science as a program, we will be selling Daffins. I know a couple other programs have done that, but we are doing it as well.
You can't beat Daffy.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
right?
can't.
Yeah. So that is, that's
pretty
the
much it?
biggest- Yep, that's our next fundraiser. So.
All right. Well, until next time, everybody, take care, and we'll see you then.